good morning, good afternoon, good something something, maybe middle of the night for some. I don't know. It is lunchtime here at 12:21 p.m. in Sweden. And why am I here? Because why not? I have mini me at daycare. Um and big kid is back with his dad at school and all of that fun stuff. So while mini me is at daycare, I get to hang out and I get to talk about what I love to talk about. Hello, Tracy, and hello, Stina. Yeah, Stina's working. Tracy, did you just wake up? Um, how are you guys? I hope you're both very good. And I have started something new. Because, of course, starting something new is not always a bad thing. ABD, you're up early, but I'm guessing it's time to get ready for work soon-ish for you. Um, this is what I've been working on. It's like a scarf, possibly. And I've seen this on, is it like one of the Hobie Facebook groups? There's one a lot of, yeah, there's been a lot of this shawl going on. A lady that has done plenty of them in different colors of the cookie yarns, which we all know. I have me some cookie yarns. So I felt like I needed to get on this. I don't know, there was an itch that needed to be scratched when I saw this. And since I have a lot of cookie and I have a lot of them that I only have one skein of, and this is a color that I didn't like. Well, it's not that I didn't like it. I only got one of these. This is what it looks like. But it wasn't my favorite. It was not my favorite. I got inspired this weekend. Yes, I did post a little bit of a picture of this on my community tab. You have to get ready for work, ABD. Well, I'm happy that I can keep you company for a little bit while you get ready for work. Do you guys like this color? We got like rust, we got purples, there's reds and pinks, some lightish light pink. I don't know. I don't know what I think about it like this, but looking at it like this, I am surprised because here we got like the grays and the more dark orangey, rusty colors. Here we got more creamy colors going into pinks. And the purples get a section of its own. Here we got like a dark red color. And then I guess back to the colors again. Like you never know with the cookies what you're going to get like with the colors cuz it doesn't have it kind of feels a bit random how the colors are dispersed. So, I don't know if this is for me. Hello, Dreamy. How are you doing? See, I have some purple in my shawl here or scarf. Is this something you would like? You guys, what do you think about this style? Roughly fluffy. It's cozy. I don't know if it's for me or not. But what I have been doing, I've had this and this. I've been walking and crocheting. That is my new I guess skill, talent, trying to work on things. Walking and crocheting, I feel, is a life hack where, we need to be able to do that. So that's what I'm practicing, walking and crocheting, which is kind of simple with this being a small or like long, narrow project with big holes, because we do have quite the big holes in this, which makes it easier in a way because I put my finger in wherever on two places and it's not like all over the place. So I can hold my hook. The project isn't like on the ground or anything. It's not in my way. So this is definitely one of them patterns I feel is possible to walk with because it's not like ridiculously big, but I don't have to like cut it very often, or yeah, it kind of just works for me. Can you walk and crochet? I'm just curious if that's something people do. This one is pretty simple with double crochets into big spaces, because I don't really have to look at that. So I can just kind of count once in a while, to make sure that I haven't the stitch amount I should have. But I'm curious, can you walk and crochet? Or is that something on your list to learn, perhaps? Good morning, Tank. How are you doing? Good to see you. Stina can't walk and crochet? Have you tried, though? Back to work. So I'm getting closer to where I think I need to count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Do you have any fun plans for today? I will be hanging out here for a bit, and then I need to go and pick up Mini-Me. You can sleep and crochet and also walk. That is awesome. I have slept crocheting on a bus. I know I talked about this when that happened. I don't remember what I was working on a black and yellow shawl, and I was supposed to do like 2 double crochets in a chain space and then jump to the next chain space and do 2 double crochets, and I can, that's not too difficult. But crocheting like a double crochet into a double crochet is that's a little bit trickier, than working into chain spaces while not looking. I cannot do like, yeah, into the stitches properly, really, without looking. Good morning, Rosie Posy. But when I fell asleep, I managed to nail all the double crochets into the other double crochets instead of going into the chain spaces. So I guess I could crochet better or with better accuracy when sleeping on a bus compared to when I'm actually crocheting. Um, I fell asleep a couple of times during that bus trip. It was silly. It was funny. Um, but it happened. So I was crocheting on the way, after dropping Minimi off at the daycare. When I walked her to daycare, I wasn't crocheting. And then I took a little detour before I went home. I found on Marketplace some Mini-Me is growing. I needed some more clothes, and I found someone on Marketplace selling like a bunch of clothes in her size. So I was like, okay, let's go over there, pick up that, and I'll crochet all the way. So I crocheted walking from daycare to where I picked up my purchase and all the way home. And it actually felt like no time at all to walk and crochet at the same time. So definitely something I will be doing more. I will definitely practice walking and crocheting. And I guess since this was a pattern that was like simple enough, and I have a bunch of these cookies and it kind of looks nice, I might just do a couple more of these. Because why not? It just feels like it's not too easy. If I just do like one ginormous granny square, that probably would be boring in the long run. But with this, it's not really that boring because I have to count some, I have to do certain things with stitches in the right place because we do have let's take a look at this a little bit closer up. we do have, let's go for a more colorful section. I bet Dreamy would like to look at the purple. So we're going for the purple part. So it's like crescent or like half moon type shapes with these petals. And you alternate sides. So it's this on one side and the next one on the other side. But we have double crochets in a chain space, and then we have double crochet chain one, and then we have these petals and to make the whole chain space section. So it isn't that difficult actually. Let's do this because I do have a YouTube tutorial for this one. You're a purple people eater too. um so that is what I am currently working on. Move away. I'll pin that one. And then we can put it into the description. In case you want to, you're also loving purple, but yeah, purple is probably my favorite section of this. Yeah, the rust colors are not doing much for me. Pinks, grays, rust, more like mustardy, a little bit of cream here. Kind of makes me think about like a coffee, like a latte with foam on it almost. But yeah, maybe a better close-up of how the colors are looking through here. You do see the purple and you do see the pink. And here's more of the wine color almost. But there's a bunch of gray like throughout. The gray is like the red thread through all of this to keep it kind of together, I want to say. Coffee and purple, that's living life. Yeah. But it's definitely not like, it's just not my colors. So I knew that this scarf wasn't like, it's not doing much for me with the pattern and being all ruffly. So I could waste a cake that I didn't fancy too much, if that makes sense. Is that just like crocheter type of thinking? Like I need to use my yarn because it's pretty, but it's not talking too much. Like I don't know. Do you guys think like that too, or do you always just hang out with like your own favorite yarns? I guess when you get commissioned pieces, it's just what it is. Hello, Spoon. Yes, that's the pattern we saw on the Facebook group. It is. It is. You have to get out of bed. Got to get your son up ready for day camp. If I'll be here for a bit, I think so. I have to go and pick up Mini-Me, but I should have an hour or three, possibly, before I have to go. Not sure. I do have some other things I should be doing also, so. It is Cookie. Cookie in colorway. Colorway 46225. Let's go check out if that one is a color that is on Hobie. Because I know that they occasionally don't have all the colors. Because I think this is a color that was released this year and it's not on the Hobie website. I did buy this one in the store. Yep, Hobie does not have it, unfortunately. Four, 6225, correct. Yes. You might be able to find it elsewhere, but Hobie does not have it. Unfortunately not. You have to bake a cake. What flavor cake? And what's the occasion of said cake? Or is it just baking a cake because we can bake a cake? Or is it because we're talking about yarn cakes and you're now in the mood for cake? A cookie cake. This is my high fiber diet cookie cakes. Good enough for today. Don't you agree? There we go. And I need to make one more of these petal-y things. But it's definitely been nice to be able to be outside crocheting. I really do like it. Because, well, at least when the weather is good, I can be out walking, crocheting, and entertain kids at the same time. They can be out walking, and I keep an eye on them, and just really nice and enjoyable like that. I have been bringing crochet out, um, not really walking around with it though. Like I keep picking it up, putting it down, picking it up, putting it down because, oh, we don't want to play in this playground anymore. Let's go to the other playground. And now I can do that. Not having to yeah. Also, like on the bus, just walk in on the bus and keep walking. It's very nice. Chocolate with chocolate. Honey set the bowl and mixer on the counter. Ooh, so he's in the mood for a chocolate cake, and he did help out. That is good though. You don't have to do all of the work, even though I'm guessing you're going to do that while he is at work. No, wait. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Too many petals. I'm only supposed to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See? Lost track even of what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be chaining 6. And now I've made the chain space. I just need to attach it. There we go. So, anyone, what is for dinner? I know I don't have to cook today because I'm yeah, I'm being fed. I don't have to cook, but you guys, I need a suggestion for tomorrow. He forgot to take the cake carrier down though. Well, I guess that's his next thing when he comes back. Froggy went in knitting. Good morning. How are you doing? Are you all early birds? Or did you not go to bed yet? I hope you guys got some sleep. You love the headband. Yeah, it's a froggy. It's 6:30. You'll think about dinner later. Okay, sure. What's for lunch then? And that was 13. So I'm really loving my new air fryer. Like I just keep talking about my air fryer. It's just been awesome. Yesterday I made like a taco um bake, maybe? Yeah, something along those lines. You are an early bird. Are you crocheting or knitting this early? You're gonna have tuna sandwiches. You need to make mayo. You make your mayo yourself? That is cool. Feels like a lot of people just don't know how to make things from scratch these days because everything is just pre-made. Homemade mayo is fancy to a lot of people. I don't really fancy mayo, so if I can avoid it, I do. Yeah, mayo at home is easy if you have the ingredients and the knowledge. Some people just don't know. Oh, And this is what, like a 4-row repeat or something? Very simple. Egg, oil, and vinegar for plain, and you add basil, garlic, or cayenne. Oh, you add basil, garlic, and cayenne. That definitely sounds like a fancy mayo, and better than anything you can get at the store. My crochet story! Hello, Maureen. How are you doing today? Good to see you, and good morning. So you're also an early bird? What is everyone working on? Is it too early for you guys to be crocheting? Or are you crocheting with coffee? I have coffee with milk in my little, I think it's my second or third cup, so it's kind of cold in here, but then again, I put milk in it, so it gets kind of cold. Mm. But it's still good. "5:42 a.m." That is a bit earlier than I would be comfortable with. Yeah, I got up at 6:40 today-ish, and that was early. I didn't have to get up until 7, but apparently I woke up by myself a little bit before my alarm went off. So I guess it was just time for me to get up then, because that's when my bladder told me I had to get up. Coffee and knitting a shawl. You have a shawl for your granddaughter to play dress up in. So it's a little bit of a fancy thing. Too fancy to be worn like on a regular basis, but for dress up, that sounds cute. Yeah, the dress I made for Mini-Me, the Abigail Fairy dress, she usually just puts that on for a bit and then she does a lot of twirls because it flares out a lot. And then that's it. She does a little bit of twirling and then all good. So she doesn't use that more than for kind of dress up. Hazelnut coffee with hazelnut creamer and just sitting here looking at your yarn. You don't know which project is going to yell at you first. So you're just going to sit here and wait and hope someone is being a little bit noisy. Well, if you're just sitting there looking at yarn, pick something up and just pet it while you wait for something else to talk to you. You know? Just like if you pick something up, something might get jealous. Like just anything. See here? You can just like take something, squeeze it, and either that one's gonna talk to you and be like, make me into something, or something's just gonna be like, no, pick me, pick me. That would be my suggestion. She can also wear it anytime if she wants to. That is awesome. What colors? What colors are we making this shawl? You're looking because you have to hold the bunnies? Is it bunny bunny house cleaning session going on? You're holding Bunny and your kids are cleaning the bunny's room or cage or the situation over there, wherever their bunnies are living. Their house, the bunny house. But it's not your bunnies. We've already talked about this. It's not your bunnies. So you're only helping out because they ask for the help. I know we talked a little bit the other day about Rita being in the hospital. She's better. and it's not as bad as they thought. So she might come home early if you haven't heard that already. I know she did put something up on her community tab recently. Good morning, Robert. Good to see you. It's been a while since I saw you. How have you been? What are you doing? You enjoy the break for the moment because very soon one of them is going to wake up and start screaming, and they all want to be screaming, pick me, pick me. But petting yarn at the same while you're waiting is not a bad idea. And I did the same thing again. I didn't count my petals because I'm talking. Awesome. We have to frog a whole petal again. I It's a good thing I put the eyes on because clearly I am not paying attention to what I'm doing here. Oh, you put the sound back on and I'm giving the great news. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Yeah, it's not as bad as they first thought, so she might not have to spend 3 weeks in the hospital. That's what they said in the beginning, that if whatever they thought was going on, then 3 weeks is a normal average time, but it's not. She probably has to stay another week anyway, but she's feeling better. Chris Shirley. Hello and welcome. I do not recognize your name. I don't think we've seen each other before. How are you doing this fine Monday morning? Or is it what time is it for you? Because here it's almost 1 p.m. You were playing dart for a disabled kids camp and you oh, so you raised some money playing dart. That sounds awesome. Was it fun? It's 6:50 a.m. So coffee and relaxing or getting ready for work perhaps? Well, it's great that you had fun. Playing darts? Yeah, that could be fun. I'm not good at it. I have done it a couple of times. You're waiting at rehab for evaluation this early? That doesn't sound like the most fun thing to do this early, but well, I guess we have a bunch of early birds here, so you're in great company. Definitely more people here than I expected at this time. It's almost 4:50 a.m. Yeah, you're up really early. Way too early. At least in my book. Oh, 3:30? Even worse. Yep, Stina and me is the same time zone. But she's working and I'm hanging. 12 watching and only 9 thumbprints. I know it's early, but be sure to leave your DNA. Thank you. Yep, perhaps a little bit too early for DNA, but really appreciate the thumbs up and just you guys being here and hanging out this early. I wasn't expecting these many, like, yeah, 12 people. Where did you all come from? This early. Maybe I should do this more often because it's actually a possibility. The weeks that I have Mini Me here, she is at daycare. I do have some time that I can hang out like this. And I was really worried that I'm not going to be able to crochet and hang out with you guys other than when I don't have the kids. because of time difference and whatnot, but clearly, some of you are here. So yes, we get to hang out more than I thought. I was worried. I'm yeah, really liking that thought. Are you guys up for it? Well, clearly you're up now. Time is on my side. I guess I just have to catch some of you before you actually get, you know, leave for work. But yeah, not everyone has busy days at work. Some of you guys are just being able to relax and take the day as it comes. Kind of like I can do at the moment. Not every day, but once in a blue moon. Lucky you, you're homebound. You got all day off from work. And then you're up really early. Why are you up really early when you should be in bed or something cozy? Crocheting something, perhaps. How's your blanket going, Robert? You don't work your blind? You're blind? I did not know that. I never would have guessed. You wish you were still in bed? Yeah, I like hanging out in bed, but not all day. You can't sleep very well at night? Yeah, I usually have a hard time getting to bed. That is my biggest problem. Well, not just that I sit and want to crochet all night, but I also, like, when I go to bed, I'm just in bed looking at the ceiling. You're homebound, disabled. Yep, I totally get that. Not fun. You gotta run. Need to get someone moving with her exercises. Y'all have a blessed Monday, and you'll be catching up on the YouTube streets somewhere today. Sounds like a great plan. ABD is still in bed, but have to get up in an hour or so. You're usually still sleeping. Yeah, why are you awake, ABD? You don't need to be up just yet. So why are you? You have to change because the bunnies are shedding, but this is definitely a time slot that is needed but lacking. I need to keep this in mind. What time is it for you, Spoon? All the way on the other side of the world. You're making one more crochet blanket. It's coming along. Nice. You haven't been sleeping well lately? Haven't been sleeping well in the new apartment or just overall? Because I know you were stressing before you moved. So did it start before that? Good morning, Suzanne. How are you doing? Good to see you. You're just waking up and making coffee. Speaking of coffee, cheers, you guys. Remember to hydrate. Nightbot probably told us that a couple of times, but I missed it. But coffee is good. Ugh. Yarn fibers are so fun when they come up your nose and start to itch. I keep having that problem once in a while that it just starts itching from nowhere. It's 8 p.m. Japan is the same as Central Australia. There's definitely a shortage of early morning live streamers for East Coast US waking up. Well, I kind of feel like there's usually someone staying up late. Because once, like, yeah, I catch them early mornings here, but they are sleeping, most of them. Yeah, it is a little bit quiet. And I have been distracted. Um, Spoon is gonna love this. I have been distracted. I have to. There's a volcano erupting on Iceland. If anyone missed that, we have flipped my little volcano over here, so it is erupting also. So, I have been keeping an eye on that live stream and probably not looking as much at what else is going on in the YouTube streets because I have been plenty entertained looking at lava streams flows. It has been foggy. I haven't been able to see it as well as I wanted to, but it's good. You were sleeping fine before just the last 5 days? Well, let's hope that that changes soon. Yes. You like to see what folks are making, never learn to crochet or knit. Do you know, do you do anything else as a hobby or for fun, relaxing times? Because crocheting and knitting isn't the only thing you could do. Volcano. Yep, there's a volcano emoji and it's cute. And I haven't checked, but maybe I should. I did place an order for new yarn this weekend. I want to see tracking. Do we have anything on that one? Tracking, tracking, tracking. Hopefully, it's going to be picked up today in the afternoon, and then I will have it tomorrow. And I did get more yarn to finish this dress. That's what I got because I want to finish this because I decided it needs to become a dress. So the yarn was on sale, and then I played Hobby Bingo and got Hobby Bingo discount. Rita! Hello from the hospital. Yeah, we have this. It's just a top at this point, but we need to make it into a dress. So that is happening. More yarn is coming my way. Let's hope it gets long enough. Um, yeah, Rita is in the hospital. You missed out what I was saying. Rita, I did say that I heard from you that it's not as bad as you thought or expected, and that you were not looking at 3 weeks. That you get to come home possibly a lot sooner, hopefully, as long as nothing else goes sideways when you're there. Um, Most of your craft stuff is packed. You do basket arrangement. Oh, I have I have done in the past. I really enjoy people making like gift baskets because that's not really a thing here, but I have seen so many people making gift baskets like videos and I really think that's entertaining to look at. Kind of like ASMR style, making gift baskets. Very crazy, perhaps, but it's nice to look at. Um, Rita, sitting in the hospital is the perfect time to yarn shop. She has been a little bit frustrated over where they've been poking and stabbing her and putting needles because she hasn't been able to knit. She has been able to crochet, but when they've put, a needle in her hand that's been staying there for a bit, it's not easy to move your hand around, and she has been frustrated. Feeling good today. Even the doctor said that, but you're not going home for a minimum of week, so you have to wait and see. Are you still getting like um a bunch of IVs and stuff? They moved the needle again, so now you can knit. Why do they keep moving them? Can't they just have it in one place and be like, yes, this is fine? How many times a day do they poke you and stab you? I don't even want to know. The IV is quite the deterrent for knitting, just the movement of the muscle in your hand. Every 8 hours, are they poking you or just moving the needle? No, they have to, um, yeah, poke you and whatnot. Um, and also, Rita, you're still wearing the crown. You are the top chatter from the last live stream. So even if you're in the hospital and not feeling good, you have been able to chat and it's awesome. Your veins keep collapsing, so they have to keep moving things. Yeah, she needs to stay. She needs the meds. She needs to be pampered a little bit and taken care of. And she does have yarn. So I'm not too worried. But how is mom? How is mom handling it at this point? Because she's probably getting bored, just like you. She does have the option to rummage around in the boxes to hunt for yarn and fabrics and whatnot. And you don't have as many options, but not the start either of you expected of her moving to Sweden. Mom is a bit frustrated and sad. Yeah, I can definitely imagine that. But she is doing as good as she can. So that is good. You're waiting for the tube removal from your lung. Is it time for that today? Did they put that down your nose or something? Or did they have to like poke you through the side or something? You got Timu yarn just because you're a good enabler. See, Rita, Spoon is blaming you. Spoon went down the Timu yarn rabbit hole. I love you too. Enabling each other. Uh, Lunchtime. What is it for lunch today? What are you gonna eat? You had an x-ray and it's good. They numbed your skin and stabbed a needle in there with a tube. So from the side, it's not something down your nose or anything. You have a drainage from the side. And now the fluid is out. Do I have any friends that comes on with you from time to time? Um, I haven't done very many live streams where I've had people on panel. I have more been on other people's panels, mostly. There has been times where I've had people up here, but sometimes it just feels like, I don't know, this is just like how it turned out to be. People don't really ask to come and hang out with me. I know me and Steen have talked about doing something together, and me and Rita has talked about doing stuff together, but not like an open panel. That is not something that well, I haven't really thought about it, I guess, because the few times I've asked people if they want to come up and join me and I've dropped the link in the stream, people don't come up. So I guess that's the thing also. If people don't want to come up, then um it just doesn't happen, if that makes any sense. Just a sandwich. The intimidating world of YouTube. And that. Yep. Well, there's a little bit of, discouraging feeling when you drop the link and like asking people to come and join you, because it's scary to do that when you don't know people and you don't know who's coming up. That itself is kind of scary. But if people don't come up, then it's even more daunting and discouraging. Just like there's been stuff going on um in the past in the YouTubes, or more maybe behind the scenes, and I don't talk about it because it's just not something I want my channel to be about the crochet and not about drama and whatnot. But that is also um well, I see there's less and less people that comes and sees my live streams. um and it's kind of discouraging also that I see like my stats going down. But it is what it is. Like, if you don't want to hang out and look at what I do and I'm not for you, then I totally understand that. It's just a little bit discouraging when you see that it's just less and less people. Um, but it is what it is, and I'm just happy that some of you guys want to hang out with me. And I'm happy for everyone that comes and hangs out with me. You get sensory overload with panel chat channels, yeah. And there's that. Some people don't like it. I'm a one woman band. I am. That's usually what it turns out to be. Either people talking at the same time, or too many voices, or just sound quality difference between the participants. Yeah, there's a lot of things that can happen. Technical difficulties, and I am awesome. Thank you very much. I don't know also if because I don't know if it's something Stina has felt also, that it's a little bit different for us that's like in Europe. It feels like we're not as big. Like there's not as many people that comes and hangs out with us because we are not. I don't know. YouTube might see us differently in the algorithms, and think we have a different type of audience. So I don't know if that's a thing also, that YouTube isn't really helpful because they're like, oh, you're in Europe. We are just assuming that this is your demographic. If it just feels like that, a little bit like we're on the outside. I'm not gonna get rid of Rita. You're attached to my hip. Sounds good to me. Yeah, you need to get out of the hospital, and I need to make sure I don't have kids' germs, and then we're gonna do something, coffee and whatnot. You notice that 80% of your watchers are somewhere in the US or Canada. Yeah, I pretty much have the same, but we're still, I don't know if it just feels like we're a little bit on the outside. Or maybe that's just how I feel it, but I'm just Stina might not agree on this. It just feels like that's what is going on. Or going on, but yeah. I don't remember where we were when I started. I want to say that we were down here somewhere in the colors here. So this is a fast growing pattern for sure. It does twist because I'm twisting it the same way all the way, but yeah. We envy the ability to go to craft stores and see multiple aisles of yarn. That also, we don't have that. Yes, just getting out of jail first and then we can party. Getting out of jail, you're in the hospital, but I totally get the feeling. Um, yeah, that could also be fun, Robbie. We've been on panels before. It's just been in different places. You like quiet channels for the more interactive experience. I think that's the whole sensory issues issues, but we've talked about this before, me and Spoon, that it can be overwhelming. I feel sometimes it can be overwhelming to be on panels, and also sometimes it's kind of hard to host a panel, especially if the people on the panel isn't really like paying attention or listening to who is hosting, because it's just a very like some are used to different types of panels. And if you have a panel where you have a host, then sometimes you just need to be a little bit attentive to what the host is doing, and not just like run your own show or take over. That is one of the, I guess, well, when you don't know what you're going to get, that is one of the, not scary, but a little bit, a thing that I think of at least. Because when you're a guest on a panel, sometimes you're just so used to being on other panels, and some topics might be okay and some other topics are not okay in certain channels, and if you're not paying attention, there might be issues. So yeah, it kind of feels like jail. Robert also know he's been in the hospital multiple times. Know the feeling. Channels with fast flowing chats and the channel owner doesn't get to interact with all the chat participants. That is also very true. I know that sometimes when, well, it doesn't happen too often that my chat really pops, that I do jump, well, highs and hellos. I do say hi to at least everyone that comes in, but everyone greeting each other, yeah, that is not something that I normally do. I know some channels, they read every comment out loud, um, and it can be really nice to not have to pay attention to the chat really, um, that I can just sit and crochet. So I like to listen to those types of channels where they're like, oh, Rita says, Robert, I'm the infection unit, so it's strict rules. That type of thing can be nice to listen to. But I want to be able to crochet. So unfortunately, I cannot do the same thing because then I can't crochet. The big popular streamers cannot reach. Yeah, no, totally. Totally. And sometimes the question is if you're just overseen due to activity or intentionally overseen by some of the mods helping the streamer. You never really know. You've had live streams where you tap out and the chat is on their own. You just do your own thing. The chat is popping and you just talk about what you want to talk about. Totally get it. Sometimes chat disrupts your flow. And that we've seen me frog how many petals so far? because I lost count, I need to make 5 petals on each half circle here, and we have definitely done 6 petals a couple of times because I wasn't paying attention because it's just like really like mindless type of crocheting with this. Some parts are just really easy, which I like. Hence, this is a perfect project to crochet and walk. Um, okay, there we go. You go back through your own live streams and reread the whole chat in case there's anything you missed and you can address it next time. That is good though. Sometimes you need to do that also. Who knows what's in that chat? You might have to clean it out a little bit. Occasionally, people do talk about things that shouldn't be in some chats. You have one friend on Twitch that will say anything and you don't like that part. Okay. Put on 2 times speed and skip through. Well, sometimes the chat is definitely slower, so no need to have it run the same time. Speed it through. Do we have the same colors in the past? I don't feel like we have the same colors in the past part. Here we got from like the beigey light pink into the purples and whatnot. And then over here with the dark reds, we're going from purple to the dark red. And what's after the dark red? Like orangey. And now we're getting like dark red and some pink. That's not the same as here. Dark red and gray. That is one of the fun parts with this yarn. You don't really know what you're going to get, and the same colors doesn't always necessarily mix up twice. You love the beigey gray purple section. Do we have the same with the purples though? Here we have this purple section has purple going into the red, and we have purple with light pink, a little bit of light pink and gray. And the purple section here, because we did have a purple section, there's more of the creamy color. I'm making a scarf, and I did pin the link to the video tutorial. I have a cake of cookie yarn that I'm working on. And I've been, well, yeah, you missed out on the beginning. I've been walking and crocheting because I've been practicing. I have not done anything to my hair. The color has faded quite some, but I knew that it was going to do that because it's a washout type of color. Because I want to do some more bleach to it before I do a more permanent color. You gonna tuck the kids to bed now? Sounds like a plan. Maybe it's my lighting. I don't have the light straight on my face like I normally do. Maybe that's a difference. I don't know. My lighting is a little bit different. Will I use the entire cake of yarn? I don't know. It depends on how long it is. The cake itself is 600 meters, and the people I've seen making this in the Facebook group, and I think also the pattern tutorial calls for like 400 meters, so like 2/3 of a cake. But I guess it depends on how long it looks, or like I might just do the whole of it for using the yarn up, possibly. Yeah, that's what I did yesterday. So we have this. It look like right now. Well, like a ruffly scarf. Oh, I can do this. I can crochet and I can wear it at the same time. Good morning, Marshall or Marcel. How are you doing? I don't believe we have met before, so welcome, welcome. You love the colors in my hair. Thank you very much. I want it more purple. It is really pinkish right now. Also, since I did bleach a bunch of times, but I didn't want to over bleach it, so it needed to rest. So there's a couple of sections that's like orangey, and we need to address that at some time. Marshall, okay. Thank you very much for clarifying that. You like the scarf, you'll look at the link. Well, it's there, and I did also put it in the description box of this live stream, in case anyone is curious. It is a very simple 4-row repeat. Well, the beginning, like the first, is kind of a round, and we do have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 petals. There's 6 petals on the first one, and after that you do 5. So there's the first, and I'm guessing the last one might also be a bit different. She did say something in the tutorial about that, but I haven't watched the full tutorial. I have watched it to figure out how I'm making it so far, and then there's something said about like the last repeat round something being special in some way. So I guess I have to go back and figure that out when I'm at the point where I think it's time to I guess finish it. You forgot you had salad in the fridge. So you took a sandwich. But maybe you're going to have the salad for afternoon snack? Perhaps. Your neighbor went to Goodwill and picked up a huge bag of all colors of the ruffle yarn to make a ruffle scarf. Sachet yarn, Starbella yarn, but you never made one before. Yeah, I've seen that type of yarn. I guess it used to be popular in the past because I've not seen anywhere where you can actually buy that now. Then again, I'm in Sweden. We do have a bit of a different selection here, I guess. Um, so yeah, I have not seen any of that where you can actually buy it here. You're gonna have the salad now as a little extra for the salad or the sandwich. Um, mm, mm, there we go. It's not a big one, but salad is good. I did get myself something really fancy for breakfast today because I have an air fryer. So I actually did buy some of those bake-off breads because why not? I needed to try how they turn out in the air fryer. And I only need like 1 or 2. So it's really it's really easy to just pop a little bit in instead of going the full length to bake my own bread, at least for now. But I will probably do that. I'm gonna make a big batch of bread and put it in the freezer. I was just lazy. Got some of the bake-off breads, and I did have some lettuce and some bell pepper and some cheese. So fancy, warm bread. Felt really fancy doing that for breakfast today. Hot bread is really nice. You haven't seen this yarn in a while, but not sure how you'll use it. It feels like that type of yarn was like popular in, I don't know, the 90s, 80s, I don't know. In the past. It was trendy many years ago. You do bake-offs in your air fryer as well. Well, I'm loving my air fryer. I can keep talking about my air fryer. I've used it daily since I got it. I was like, why didn't I get one sooner? Yeah, taco bake yesterday with like chicken tacos. Or yeah, chicken meat. Um, pre-taco seasoned in the freezer. And I just made it into like almost like a casserole or lasagna, layering a little bit with salsa and corn, and yep, it was yummy. It's made for scarves or trim. Yeah, I don't see that you could use it in anything else because it kind of feels like it's hard to use it other than just like a border or make it twist on itself. You use your everyday. You're on your second Ninja Foodie. Is that the air fryer you got? I've seen Ninja um on Amazon, I think. It's not a brand that I have ever seen in the past, but I know someone was talking about them. Maybe it was you talking about Ninja um before, and then I found them on Amazon because I was just curious. You crochet between two stitches. Oh, there we go. For once, I have to keep an eye on what time it is. I do have an alarm in case we get stuck here for when I have to go and pick up the kid, but for now it's good. Ninja brand is popular. So that's good quality stuff, then I take it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another one. You have a Philips air fryer, the original. I got mine doesn't even have a brand on it, so I don't know what it is. I just know I got a cheap one at a discounted price, and I'm happy with it so far. And yeah, I'm not complaining. Back to work. Yes, go being productive. She's counting down the days. I don't know how many days it's left now, but she is counting the days. 24 days left, possibly. First time you got it was $328. That's quite an expensive one. And I almost started a sixth pedal that I don't need. And the second time it was cheaper. Yeah, so I did mention it that the one I got was originally about $120, and I got it for 50 or less than 50. So I was like, if it's not good, then I haven't wasted too much money. Um, but it did feel like it was expensive enough to be somewhat of a quality type of product. Possibly. Your honey's last day is November 7th, and it's his birthday. Will he retire after that? Is that why it's his last day? And it's his birthday? Is that a thing? Do you like retire on your birthday? I guess that's also like a personal option or choice. I know my mom is retiring in October, but she's not retiring on her birthday. She's going to work like the full month of October. So um she doesn't quit on her birthday. Your ninja turns ice into snow in seconds. How could turns ice into snow? How does that work? Um Oh, he wanted to. I got some more beetroots. I'm gonna do beetroots. Probably I could do that for lunch. A late lunch. Beetroots in the air fryer. Just a little bit of oil on them just to like quickly coat them, and salt, air fryer for a bit, and then after a while it gets accompanied by feta cheese that I have cubed, and it goes back into the air fryer, and then it comes out, and I put some pine nuts and just let that go for a minute or two, and then add honey on top of all of that when it comes out. It's delish. Um, oh, it's not the same type of ninja. It has the blades that are very sharp, and it will chop till it's like powder ice. Sounds like a really sharp one. Don't want to put your fingers in that one. But that just sounds like Ninja does a couple of different type of machines. Like Philips does the same. There's a bunch of brands that has a bunch of different machines. I haven't used my slow cooker since I moved, but I do have a recipe that I've been drooling over for a bit that I want to do. One of my go-to recipes for my slow cooker. It's just hasn't been the time for it yet. But it's like chicken Alfredo. It is yummy. So that needs to happen soon also, but I think I'm on this air fryer hype for a bit now, so it's going to take a bit before the slow cooker gets to come out to play. All the bunnies got strawberries, and now the youngest is in bed. Sounds good. So what are you going to do now? You're finished holding the bunnies. The bunnies got treats. Kids in bed. Blanket purgatory? Or are we yarn shopping and browsing the yarn aisles in the virtual space? What is your plan now, Spoon? Ninja is the brand name. Your Ninja is also a slow cooker, an oven, and a pressure cooker. All of that in one machine. Oldest puts themselves into bed in 25 minutes. Well, that's awesome. You don't have to do all of that. Big kid is pretty much the same. He wants to say goodnight, but he can do all the things and tuck himself into bed. So it is very handy when they get older and they can do all the things themselves, even though you have to tell them, go brush your teeth and go and get ready. You're just going to sit there sewn out like a zombie. So no blanket purgatory. Swatches maybe then? Or Helix knitting. Something. Mittens. Oh, 12 in 1. That's what you meant by the I wasn't sure what that was referring to. So that is a very, very fancy type of machine that does all of that in one machine. You're not allowed. You have been assigned to assist with the school project, but they are in bed or about, and you need a mommy break time at some point. So you have to be the mom fairy and make magic happen overnight. Oh, so it has to be done by tomorrow? Yeah, then you have a different type of deadline. Isn't that the point though, that the kids are supposed to do it? Why does it feel like your like school projects and whatnot, that it's not the kids that does it? There we go. They have all week, but you're assigned different jobs to happen overnight. They are on a team, and the other teammates aren't contributing to the supplies. That's annoying. Top of the line, you brought it hoping you wouldn't need an oven. Oh well, and then you got the oven for your birthday. Oh yeah, so yeah, when your oven wasn't working, you got one of those just because it did have all the extra features. So that was cheaper, I assume, than getting a new oven. And now these little angels wants to use your fancy glue. So why would you consider your glue a little bit fancier than what they have? Oh, the teammates that aren't bringing the supplies, they want you to use your fancy glue. You have sparkly glue? I know you went live earlier, um, and I'm planning to look at that when I, you know, have kids kind of semi entertained, but I can't live stream because kids are here. So that's when I do and enjoy the replays and other fun stuffs in the YouTubes. Have to pick and choose what time is good for what. Just because I was talking about the baked beetroots, I'm kind of starting to get hungry. Typical. I'm not gonna get anything to eat right this minute. It can wait for a little bit. I want to crochet. One of them took home a supply that you contributed to play with at home. Like, excuse me, darling little angel, you can ask your own mom to buy you things. Oh, I agree. Totally get that. Just because you have a lot of supplies doesn't mean it's a free for all. Your glue is amazing. You have turquoise metallic glue, blue metallic glue, and blue glitter glue. Yeah, okay, that is fancy. That does sound very fancy. There's no purple or pink though. Just saying. Smaller one, but the same Ninja Foodie air fryer pressure cooker combo. Yeah, there's wow, plenty of things. The blue shades make ocean water. Ooh. Oh, there's no pink. There is a pink ocean in New Zealand. In New Zealand, there's a pink lake or something. You should Google that. Good morning, Thrifty. How are you doing today? Good to see you. Did you have a good night's sleep? And what are your plans for today? We're not talking about the unusual ocean, just the standard ocean. Well, as I said, it might just be a lake, but it is pink and it's in New Zealand, and you can Google it if you don't believe me. I have no idea why it is that way. I know where when I learned about this pink lake, that there was information to why it is that way, but I don't know. I don't remember. Pink is algae. Perhaps that's the case. I have seen somewhere, where was that? Um, there was somewhere where there was just like a ditch that was full of red pinkish water because it was like downstream from a beetroot um factory or something like that, and just their like spillage water was just so red because of the production of something with beetroot. But that was just like a small ditch or something. Thought that it looked really cool though. Perfect place to like have a horror story movie filmed for added effects. You slept well, just woke up. It's 7:43 a.m. and you have to go to work. Well, nice that you get a little bit of time to hang out here before you go to work. You're gonna have some coffee and relax for a little bit and get ready. Those teammates, the non-supply bringing, told your child for you to make 5 houses, not just one. Oh, yeah, no, that's not nice. They want you to make their houses too because it's more of a cohesive look when you use your fancy glue. Not happening. It's not your school project. You made one, that's all you're making. Flamingos turn pink because they eat the shrimp. Hmm. Well, yeah, shrimps are kind of pink. One is enough. Oh, you're not putting blue glue on the houses. Why not? Only to make the ocean? But how are you making the houses fancy if not with the glue? Just saying. Did I put that in here now? I did some adjustments and I did change some stuff with the little links and whatnot that um Nightbot is talking, saying things. I did change a little bit of what he says. Um And well, right now we did see the PayPal link being dropped. He also does have a Buy Me a Coffee link that he drops once in a while. Just because from time to time I have been asked if there's ways to show support. So I figured the Buy Me a Coffee uh, and the PayPal links should be a little bit easier to find. So they are now um, being dropped by Nightbot. And I did see, I don't remember who it was, or I remember who it is. I just don't remember the channel name right this minute. She does have a thing where if you donate or like buy her a coffee, then you get your channel feature on her channel. She has a little ticking thingy scrolling at the bottom, thanking whoever for buying her a coffee. So I figured maybe I should do something like that, if that is something you would like. I always have fun headbands. You appreciate that. You're welcome. Oh yeah, Spoon. Did you get any new orders for moving and whatnot yet? If you're moving or new assignments? No blue glue on the house. Okay, so you still a bit of time before you get to know um, the options of new assignments for your hubby. Drain is gone. Awesome. Are you feeling better now with that not being in the way? I don't know how much that one was in the way for you to be able to knit or crochet. You've only really complained about the needles in your hand being in the way. But I bet that that wasn't really comfortable either to have a drain out your side. See, now Nightbot just dropped it with the Buy Me a Coffee link. It's just options. We do have the regular YouTube super stickers and super chats and whatnot. The super thanks also for, I guess, replays and videos and the like when you do a comment. Which, to be honest, no one has ever given me a super thanks. So there, that one's still up for claims. The first. Just saying. You don't have to watch out for the bag. Awesome. 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 14 years in the military. That is some time in the military. Do you have any like I know you're happy in Japan with him being stationed there. But what have been your least favorite place that he has been stationed? Just out of curiosity, is there like a city or country or something where you were that you just really didn't like and that you were happy to be like moving away from? He's going for 20 for the retirement benefits. You need 20 years in the military to get good retirement benefits. That's a long time. Connecticut, US, least favorite. So I'm guessing if that comes up as an option this winter, you're not going back to Connecticut. You didn't ask to go there and you didn't want to go there in the first place. Well, that just says it all. If you're not in the red, like if you don't want to go somewhere, it's not going to be fun to be there. Orange and red. Did we have that combination at all before? I think we had like the orange by itself, but we didn't have orange and red together like this. Even more fun stuff that goes on in this. Yep. San Diego, California, and Norfolk, Virginia at the bottom of your list too. It's too crowded? Like the cities overall or like the base? Be about 40. Well, yeah, that is true. If you join the military straight out of school, I'm guessing you're like in your 20s and then you do 20 years, that's in your 40s. Feels young to be retired at 40 though, but then again, military is probably very exhausting. It's not a choice. When they say you go, you go. He joined in his 30s, so he'll be over 50 when he retires. Oh, the cities are too crowded, too much traffic. How can you say that San Diego and Norfolk is crowded when you live in Tokyo? Isn't Tokyo crowded? Oh, well, true though. Like Tokyo has a lot of um trains and public transport system, so I guess it's not as many cars on the street, so maybe less traffic. Yeah, still young, I agree. Staying in Japan would be first choice. You'd like to go to a more rural, down the south. Yeah, you talked about that in the past. Is there any place you would like have as I don't want to say second option, but like a country that you would consider other than Japan and the US that could be interesting to go to? You're far enough out of Tokyo, so it's not too bad. Italy is on the short list. There's a military base in Italy. I know Germany has quite some. Well, then again, I think pretty much. I don't know how it is with that. Um, NATO countries, maybe there's, but it's not specifically like a full base or anything. I don't know. Italy was your first choice before Japan, but it wasn't in your options, and then you're in Japan. It's a navy base in Italy. Well, Italy has plenty of water along the borders, so makes sense that it would be a naval base. Is Sicily, there's Bella Uncinetto is teaching. I think that's how you say her name. Oh. Fluffy yarn is halo-y. Unique amazing stripes. Good morning. How are you doing? Good to see you. You just sneak in here. Oh, she teaches for the military even. Oh, there we go. Hawaii is near the bottom of the list because of the cost of living is high. Hmm. Spain is possible. So it seems like if you don't get to stay in Japan, Europe is next best thing. How are you doing today? I want to say Faith. Am I correct? I'm really not sure of everyone most of the time. Did you just wake up? Do you have any fun plans for the day? See, Faith. I wasn't off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I made number 6 again. It needs to go. It needs to go. So that's the third time I make an extra one. I have not been to Spain. I have been to Majorca, which is an island that is technically Spain. I've been to Greece plenty of times. I love Greece. I want to go back to Greece. Oh, she teaches on the base and online for summer school. That's cool. You're doing good. Just eating as work is on the. Oh, you're working today. I don't know how to docket. Is that what is that spelled like that? Docket? I am not sure of some words occasionally. I blame it on being from Sweden, which is a good reason to blame things, right? Grammarly did not flag it. Well, then it should be good enough for me to put that into my in-head library. Vocabulary. Me and words, okay? It yes. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Anywhere Japan, Italy, Everett would that be Wyoming? No. Washington? Wyoming. I don't know. Spain, Hawaii, Bremerton, same state as previously said, San Diego. So you don't want to go to San Diego and Norfolk because they're crowded, but they're still on your list. Washington. Okay. Why would you put something up there that is not where, yeah, too crowded, but it's still on the list? Just surprised, I guess. You sent me a picture I can show, but what picture are we talking about? Is it the last one? Can I also share why we're looking at this picture? Well, we do know that Tank did say that a cake was needed to be baked. So Tank has made a chocolate cake with chocolate frosting, and that looks yum and delish. So yes, when should we come over? Also, there's someone that has a birthday coming soon. Are we allowed to tell who that is, or because it's kind of like a happy birthday? Maybe not person that this is just for Tank and Tank's hubby, but we could say happy birthday, early birthday, and be like, look at this cake. You could have had a share if you were closer to Tank. The preference list and the order from most to least. You have to rank all the choices. Okay, so I'm guessing though there's a bunch of other places that you possibly could get to. It does look yummy though. Yep, I'll eat that cake. You have so many choices, but ultimately the military picks. No, I get that. They probably have a list of skills that they need to fill for each place. You have to have a certain amount of X, Y, and Z, whatever your skill sets are, and have a good distribution of said skills. So no base is lacking. or have too many of something, I guess. He will have to see what options are on the list when he gets to see what choices. I'm curious though. Like, let us know what the options um he got was, if the choices that's on your list was on there, or if he maybe got something totally different. Isn't there like oh, some small islands in Asia where there's also bases? Maybe it's not really big bases, but like in the middle of nowhere type of situation, strategically, like islands in the middle of the Pacific, I want to say. If he makes selections the first time, he won't see further list options. Oh, okay. So there is possible other options. He has to pass on the first options to see the second ones. And it can have completely different options. Oh, okay. So if there's nothing he likes on one list, he can pass it and then get a totally other set. So he doesn't necessarily have to pick on the first one. Well, let's hope you get some good choices. Last time he picked, he passed the first pick because it was all Spain and only Spain. That makes sense, though, why you would pass if you don't want to go to Spain. Because I guess he didn't want to go for Spain. Why would they give him all Spain, though? Yeah, get a worse set. I guess that's a little bit of like Russian roulette. Like, go for any of the picks that you've got, or next can be even worse. Scary, in a way. Yeah, it definitely sounds like a gamble. But Spain is now kind of on your list. So I guess it could have been an option. But I totally get it. Something other than Spain would have been nice to have as an option on that list. But clearly you got Japan, so and you sound really happy about being there. So I'd say you got a good pick for the second option list. He could be in a situation where he'd be assigned to go to Connecticut. He wasn't given any options to choose, just assigned to do it. Well, I guess it makes sense that they could do that too if you have a certain skill set that is needed somewhere. They can be like, this is where we need you. Go. It does make sense in a way, even though it kind of is sucky to not be able to choose. I guess that just comes with the territory of having like special skill sets or whatnot. Being in the military for quite some time, I'm guessing you do have certain qualities that has kept you for long enough, also. So we've done what, like this, maybe a little bit more, just by hanging out here for almost 2 hours. I love how the dark color is on the inside and the light color is on the outside. It really makes it look like flowers with petals, like a dark center. I really like it. And we have the same going through, not so much here, but like the streak down here, and it goes into the purples too. It looks kind of planned. Really cool effect. Japan was in the middle of your list when you chose it. You could always be like, nah, and go back home to your house in the US without him. I guess that sounds a little bit boring though. Last orders pick, he really wanted to go to Bahrain. And you told him if he did, he'd be on his own. Bahrain? I don't really know much about. I want to say it's like Middle East. Is that right? I don't know. Close close to like Dubai, and you made pot stickers for breakfast. Good for you. So you forget Bahrain could be an option too, and that is absolutely bottom, bottom, bottom of the list because it's too hot. Middle East, Arabic Peninsula. Arabic. I want to, yeah. It's good that you have a house to go to, Spoon. You would never ever go to Bahrain and you are a Muslim, read up. Yep. Is that a country that it has a majority of Muslim? I don't know about. I want to say a lot of Arabic countries have big Muslim populations, but is it all of that? I don't know. Because in Africa, there's a lot of mixed Christianity and all of, yeah. I don't know enough to know to talk. Yeah, no. 6, 13. Lucky 13. You would go if you could handle the heat. Really strict country and no place for taking kids. Strict social rules, but if it wasn't too hot, you could adapt. Yeah, I guess stuff like that is tricky to navigate if you don't know how to do it. Quite some to readjust to, probably. But since you're more comfortable in colder climates, maybe an assignment in like, I don't know, Alaska wouldn't be too bad. Islam, some Christianity, some Hinduism, Buddhism. Yeah, that's really minimal. Like, yeah, percentage is teeny tiny. Alaska would be amazing. You think only weather guys get stationed there? Hmm. You would think that that would be a strategical place, though, because of its proximity to like the, well, Russian border and whatnot. But maybe it's not a big base up there. There is a big airport there, though. For, is it FedEx that has like a really big hub up there? I've seen a documentary about that. It's a really big cargo um transfer facility. Your husband went to Alaska a few months ago. Your honey was in Korea for 3 months. -59. I'm guessing that is cold. In Korea? Korea isn't a country I would say that I would guess it's cold. Something like FedEx. Yep. Just some type of shipping company. Six. South Korea is an option too. Then your move wouldn't be too far, but then again, if you're -50 in Celsius. Yeah, that is not a comfortable temperature. No. You would choose South Korea before Italy just because you've had such a positive experience in the Asian countries. Yeah, I think South Korea is probably also a nice place to go if you like the Asian culture. There's some nice area around Busan. You've been there back in 2011, or you landed in Busan and then you went on a bus for 2 hours to Changwon. Did you have a vacation over there, Stina, or was it any other reason for you going there? Competitions or something? It's a 45-minute flight to South Korea from Japan. That is not far at all. Competition. But I'm guessing you enjoyed it kind of also as a vacation in between the competition parts since it's far away. I know Stina doesn't like to brag, but she has some really big competitive mindset to her if she just yep, no, well, I know what she did. She just doesn't like to talk about it for some reason. You had a day of sightseeing to help accommodate jet lag. That is nice. Sicily can be really hot in the spring and summer, but you would be close to Mount Etna, the volcano. Yeah, and that. Indeed, that was what I was referring to, Tank. She just doesn't like to brag or talk about it, really. But Stina has competed in the Olympics. But that is something you should be proud of. Not everyone gets to do that, you know? You know? And it takes a special type of person to get to that place where you would have a chance to be there. The base is in Naples, and that is Italy, right? Not close to volcanoes. Let's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, you need to let the kids watch Journey to the Center of the Earth with Brendan Fraser. Is that like a science nature documentary type of thing? I'm trying to think, like, we have the pizza Napolitana. I'm guessing that has like Naples heritage, whatnot, because of the name. But I don't know what's on that type of pizza. I don't know if that's just a thing here that we name pizzas certain things, but like I certain pizzas seem to have the same thing, very universal. So what is on that? Indeed, I also feel the same way, Tank. Proud to know her. Yep. What is on that pizza? I want to know. It just got stuck in my head. Mm-mm. It's not giving me what I want. I'm just getting a lot of other stuff, not what's on. Mm. I don't want bread pizza dough recipes. Anchovies and black olives. That's what I wanted to know. Yes. Anchovies and black olives. That's on that pizza. Not sure anchovies is my favorite thing on a pizza, but I don't think I've ever tried it. You know? It's I do like the salty fishy flavor from like it's a little bit of a salty thing with the pickled herring. Also with we have a very special Christmassy potato bake with anchovies and onions, which I really love. So I just don't think I've ever tried it on a pizza. Well, yeah, you should be proud of that achievement. And it's not really a secret because when you told me, I had to Google it, and I know that, yeah, it's not really hidden. There's things to be found. I just got curious. Um, Instead of a generous portion of prosciutto, large chunks of mozzarella, a variety of hand-picked herbs and greens, basil, arugula, and there's a. Is that what you would put on a pizza instead of the salty, dried, smelly fish? So that's pretty much ham, cheese, herbs and vegetables. Capers is nice. Don't think I've had that on a pizza either. I do like to have that in we have pre-made or like store-made creamy potato salad, and I think they are really bland and often very just like mushy. And the potato is usually mushy and it's like mayo-ish, and I don't like that. So uh, if I have to eat that for some reason, I usually chop up Granny Smith apples and throw in capers. Capers and Granny Smith apples really does something to like a really very too mayo-esque type of mushy potato salad. Pancakes is talking your kind of show now. Foods. You don't like eggplants? I haven't done too much with eggplants, to be honest. Don't really know how to cook it in a good way. I think the only time I really enjoy eggplants is in Greek cooking, like moussaka. It totally works in that. But other than that, I don't really know about eggplants. Is it good to deep fry? I don't know. You're having pot stickers before the dessert. And the dessert, it is cake, I'm guessing? Or are you waiting with the cake? Hot, spicy pot stickers. Yeah, now I'm really getting hungry. So I should really consider eating something. Yeah, like before I go to pick up Minimi. I'm thinking maybe I'll just bake off another piece of bread and do cheese, lettuce, and bell pepper again because I have more of that and it was delicious and it was just really nice to have warm bread. Slice, batter, and fry. Batter is sticky. You're not waiting on cake. You're gonna have something else? There we go. Really nice. This is coming together. It's fun. But yeah, I need to do like another colorway of this. Cuz it's not my colors. No. And a dipping sauce with olive oil and garlic for the eggplants. Hmm. Hmm. Might have to try that at some point. But yeah, we've been hanging out here for 2 hours on just a random Monday, which feels like an awesome thing to do on a random Monday. So, perhaps same time tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe that's what I'm doing. Like kids weeks, daytime show. Or for you guys it's morning. And then when the kids are not here, I do maybe same. I don't know. We have to try this out. We need to figure stuff out. You don't want food? You'll have cake this morning and you'll not eat anymore. Once less is all you need. Hmm. Yep. Yeah, if you're sick, then definitely the appetite can be not the best. Kind of almost looks like a garland. Like you can hang this as because it's I guess a little bit of a fall vibe, I guess. Decorations. Leafy decorations. Maybe I should make one in green too. Oh, the dipping sauce is for my bread. Ooh. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna consider that. The antibiotics is to blame. I need to pack this down because I'll be walking and crocheting today again more. It's awesome. Enjoy your day, everyone. Yes, you should. You all should enjoy your day, whatever you're going to do. Take a nap if you need to, or just feel like you want to. And try to have some fun, crochet or play with yarn or anything that you'd like to do. And I hope to see you here soon again. But for today, bye bye, everyone. I'm going to miss you.